Now, if you don't know me or have ever been part of my community or anything, and this is your first time coming across, hi, I'm Swoosh. Now, the second thing you should know about me is that I'm one of Kendrick's biggest fans. So, if there's three things I'd want you to know about me is that my name's Swooshly. Two, I'm a big Kendrick fan, and three, I'm the biggest Drake hater on the fucking planet. And with that, I will find any reason and all reasons to diss on Drake and shit on Drake at any given moment just because I really don't like his music and I don't like his persona. To be honest, I really don't like any artist's persona or like just who they are in general. I really just go for their music, but in this particular case, I really dislike Drake's persona, but that's besides the point. As you could already tell off the video title, we're talking about something really important. This is groundbreaking news around the world. There is nothing more important than this topic right now. And it's Drake suing UMG because they allowed Kendrick to release Not Like Us. And yes, a while back this was stirring up attention, but that was when it was a personal attack and a personal case against Kendrick. He dropped that subsequently not so long after. I think it was 2 days after actually that. And now is going after UMG for allowing Kendrick to push that out, saying it's defamation, harassment, and all that. Which I'm no lawyer, but I would think, you know, music is protected in a legal standpoint, because how are you going to allow music to be a I guess evidence of harassment, of proof of anything? Because that's just kind of dumb, because that means like Seven Nation Army is like terrorism level. Like, we got to stop this guy. Like, this guy's trying to take down seven nations with an army. This single guy, or these two guys, I think it was two, is that two guys? You're telling me these two guys are gonna take down 7 nations worth of armies? These guys are a big deal. You can't let these guys live. Like, I feel like that's really stupid if you start taking music and diss tracks, I guess, is the reason this one's more, like, I guess, different, to court, because it's harassment and it's a bunch of other things like defamation. And his standing point here is that the logo or the art from Not Like Us, or not art, just a photo of Not Like Us, is Drake's house with like a bunch of different pins that would otherwise let you know, hey, that's a sex offender in this registered area. Which, if this was like just straight Kendrick saying something online and like posting about it on Insta or something like that, maybe I would say, okay, maybe he has a point that it could be considered harassment or defamation. But it's still funny, and everybody knows. Here's the thing: everybody knows Drake is weird. In his songs, I swear that, okay, I don't quote me on this. I swear I've heard a song that it mentions something that pussy's too good to wait for, or some shit. I could be wrong, and if I'm right, I'd like to know the song it was. But you know, like, Drake has had his run-ins with the very edge of the law, and I'm pretty sure even when Millie Bobby Brown was underage, he was still talking with her, saying like, yo, you're super cool, and then they apparently hung out a bit. Like, you know, Drake's got his issues. And before anybody comes out like, oh, of course a Kendrick meat writer would say that. Hey, look, I don't fuck with Kendrick beating his wife, but that's another thing, you know? Like, I'd rather have somebody beat their wife than touch kids. I don't want to say one's higher in morality, but I definitely want to say one is less worse than the other. So, and you know, he goes on saying that Universal Music Group shouldn't have even allowed that song to even come out. And then when the music video was released, he was like, okay, no, this is bullshit, because he's trying to say that using the owl from OVO's like logo in that music video, it getting beat with a piñata stick, is kind of like a threat or harassment again in another way. It goes on to a lot of shit, but then with that logic too, right? Does that mean everybody in the music video is gonna be pursued for harassment, like all that bullshit? Like, that's kind of dumb. What he's getting into is like, oh, every teacher, they're doing something I don't like. They're saying shit I don't like. Like, fuck, you're a grown ass man, and you're like, no, God forbid anybody say anything bad about me in a music video and in the limelight. And if the rebuttal to this would be, say, hey, well, he's calling him a pedophile openly with no evidence. He's saying all this shit, doing all this shit. That is technical defamation and harassment. I would like to think music is not harassment. First off, I want to say that right now. I'm just saying, I'm trying to like pose a possible like rebuttal argument to this. Like, if it's, oh, he has no proof that he's actually a pedophile. You know, he's pushing this like way out of proportion for a diss, which, mind you, this diss was just gonna be like Future backed off in the beginning, Drake Drake doubled down, and then Kendrick doubles down, and then it's another thing that I believe. Another thing I heard that Drake was going for was that Spotify actually boosted Not Like Us to people and its views, which that's a little weird because that also generates money. So that actually, not necessarily that Drake should go after that, but I feel like that might be illegal. But then again, I don't know, because I know per Spotify play you get a set amount of money per play, right? So if that music platform that pays you out is boosting that, is that illegal? I don't know. Is that like a gray zone? Like, hey, it's our money, so we could boost it if we want. But like, I don't know. That's really weird. But apparently there was allegations that Spotify was boosting the plays of Not Like Us to everybody, and just overall like just boosting his plays so that it was all over. It was literally everywhere. And Drake is saying like, that also played into this harassment case against me, because now it wasn't just UMG that publicized it. Spotify accelerated and acted as a catalyst. That I don't think that holds up at all. If it does go to court, if it does end up moving forward, I don't really think he has anything to stand on. Nor do I think this is going to go anywhere where it's going to be like really, 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 really bad for UMG or Spotify. He did come out claiming, because people were already like judging, or like, like he did come out saying that, hey, this is not towards Kendrick, this is towards UMG. This has nothing to do with Kendrick. But the thing is, what would result of this case going in his favor is the song gets taken down. So a song that absolutely fucking shat on your chest for what the diss track and that whole shit was. And that song's like, okay, objectively, like outside of the diss and shit, that song's awesome. I fucking love it. Like, it's one of my favorite songs from Kendrick. And then I'm also a big fan of Mr. Ducksworth. I think my top 3 are gonna be like, hold on. Top 3, but not in this specific order, is probably Mr. Ducksworth. United in Grief is pretty good. And then what's it called? Theory of or Wesley's Theory. Wesley's Theory is a really good one, from To Pimp a Butterfly. Those are some of my favorite Kendrick songs, like easily. And I'm not gonna like be like, oh, I've been on Kendrick since day one. No, like I got into Kendrick around 2018, and I mean I was on and off with him, and then come 2022, I started picking up with him, and I really liked him ever since. Drake, I always had like a touch and go. Like, he had one song I fucked with, and even then it wasn't all that. I'm not here to like hardcore meat ride, but I'm more so here to shit on Drake. It's like, it's a fucking song, In the end, you look stupid because, one, you are going after 2 massive music conglomerates for publishing music, what they are quite literally designed to do, and saying it's enabling harassment, but then also saying it has nothing to do with the person who released it. If you're going after the song, it has everything to do with the person who released it. Like, you can't. People say you can separate the artist from the music. In certain cases, yes, but in this case, no, you can't. You are saying the song is full of disinformation, full of harassment, full of all this, and then saying it has nothing to do with the artist, and that it's everything to do with the music label allowing that music to be released. That's kind of dumb. It is directly entangled with the fact that it has to do with Kendrick, and because of that, and because of how much publicity went around Kendrick for releasing all the music, then going into Not Like and then for going into Meet the Grams and all that, like, this has everything to do with his, I don't want to say jealousy, because love it or hate it, Drake is also a very large artist. I want to say almost like egotistical, like pride, and like I guess his ego was hurt with this. I really don't, like, there's not really much that makes sense here, and because within the whole music industry, if this was the precedent, it's just like, I feel like it'd be like legal cases left and right if people let music set the stage for legal case. That's really dumb. So yeah, no, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I could understand maybe there is a platform for him to stand on. Regardless, it's a fucking song at the end of the day. I do kind of hope this goes to court so we get like a Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard situation again, but it's UMG and then Drake in the courtroom, and we get to hear all the bullshit. That would be kind of funny to see. I would like another celebrity court case again. That shit was funny. Um, but who knows? I mean, maybe it just gets thrown out. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere, or maybe it does, and then we lose. Not Like Us, but then Kendrick comes back and drops a fucking another song that's not like us, and it's just the exact same fucking thing, but just rewritten or some shit. I don't know. It'd be funny. Kendrick drops Not Like Us 2. It's just the same fucking song, but like modulated. But yeah, no, that's about it. I just found that funny. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.